Okay, in this video, we're going to show how you can defer the entire value of a contract um, without having to match it up by billing deferred on the invoice lines or the schedule invoice lines. So in this example, I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna select a sample customer, active staff, and I want the contract to start on the beginning of the year. I'm sorry, the beginning of October. And we're going to change this to be a monthly bill, but I want to have the entire value of the contract deferred on the contract initiation date of 10/1. So I go in and start a schedule, and I'll come down here and pick an item, and here we're going to use the specially set up contract deferral code item, and here I'm going to put a quantity of 1. I'm not going to set the amount yet. I'm going to bill the rest of the contract and then put the total in for that particular contract um, in a second. So now I want to save that, and now I want to generate the monthly charges. So clicking on auto generate, I got to remember to change the action to say create new schedule lines without deleting anything, because that item hasn't been billed and it would be overlaid if by default. I'm going to pick software as a service for monthly charge. It's a $500 a month fee. And when I click OK, we're going to create the other 12 schedules starting on 1, and we can see we have a contract value of $6,000. So now we need to come in on that first line, the contract deferred, and enter in the $6,000 charge, or if I wanted to partially update that, I can also. Notice that the value here in the beginning and ending date makes match the contract term. So that's where the defer will be over the life of the contract, where each month obviously is going to be reporting revenue in the month. Now, the item set up here for our software as a service does not have a deferral code on it. If it was quarterly, it would need that. But right now, we're booking all of the revenue. We're just booking revenue and not deferring it first for that line item. So to see how this would work, just so we're aware, on this item, we have the GL count for sales account set to the unbilled AR account. You're going to see why this is set in a second, but that's when we recognize revenue. We want to clear the unbilled AR account out. And we also have set up a deferral code that matches the deferral code on the items we're selling, so that we get the defer codes updated correctly. So when we generate a bill here and we go look at that bill, we can see financially we had a debit to unbilled AR for $6,000 and a credit to deferred revenue, which we wanted to do. That now gives me contract level deferral, but also we created schedules to clear that unbilled AR and deferral amount. As we can see here, we have $500 a month, and we're going to be booked against the deferral account, and we're clearing the account, the unbilled AR account as we go along. Okay, so if we go look at our deferred revenue schedule or post the deferred revenue, we could run the revenue recognition. I'll just hit process all. We only have the one item we just generated here. And then when we go into the schedule number, we could see we created a single batch where we have a $500 to deferred revenue, which clears the contract deferred revenue portion, and we have a credit to unbilled AR. So in this case, deferred revenue now for this particular contract has been reduced to $5,900, and unbilled AR has been reduced to $5,900. And when we go back to the contract, and we bill the second line here, so we'll generate the bill and we'll look at that bill. We can see we have a debit to actual AR and a credit to our revenue account. So now deferred revenue for the contract has been reduced, AR has been reduced. We actually have AR for the billing, and we hit the revenue accordingly. There is no schedule associated with that, but if there was, I can book these monthly charges to deferred with a single peer recognition, and all that will be processed correctly. So that is a quick overview of how to do contract level deferred. Each month, I will be recognizing the reducing the unbilled AR and reducing the deferred revenue charge as we run the invoices. The periods will match up.